Temba, a curious village boy, was overjoyed as he demonstrated his latest invention to his father. He removed the battery from an old radio, connected wires to a small fan, and spun it in the air. To his father's amazement, the radio crackled with sound, without a battery. "This is wind power," Temba said. "If we build a bigger fan, we can make more electricity, power a pump, and grow crops even during droughts." His father was speechless, but when Temba asked for his bicycle, the only one in the village, to power the fan, anger replaced wonder. "How can this little toy end a drought that's haunted us for years?" he shouted. Furious, he told Temba to forget school and shoved him, breaking the invention. Temba's eyes filled with tears. His heart broke, but no one knew that the same broken gadget would someday save their village. Temba lived in a poor village in Malawi, where families depended on maize farming. Nature controlled their lives, floods during rainy seasons and droughts the rest of the year. Poverty and hunger were constant, and electricity was almost non-existent. Their only window to the world was an old radio. From a young age, Temba was drawn to electronics and often fixed neighbors' radios to earn money. He lived with his parents and sisters, and despite the hard times, his mother used her savings to send him to school. Wearing a new uniform, he hugged his father and walked through the forest, excited for his first day. It rained heavily during the school speech, but his spirit stayed strong. Later, the physics teacher told him to pay the rest of his fees or leave. Though disappointed, Temba kept studying even without a kerosene lamp. He scored 62 in his first test and was determined to do better. After school, he visited the village dump, looking for useful items. One day, he found a dead battery and an old pump, pieces that would later change everything. While walking home with a friend, they passed a meeting where the village chief was arguing with a tobacco company. The company wanted to buy trees to burn for drying tobacco, offering only 5 rupees per kilo. The chief refused, saying the trees protected them from floods. Temba's father stood by the chief, but hunger led the villagers to agree with the company. Machines arrived, trees were cut, and the last line of defense against flooding disappeared. Temba watched helplessly as destruction began. That night, Temba asked his father for school fees again. His father said they'd only have money once the crops were sold. Disheartened, Temba went with friends to the local cinema hut to hear a football match on the radio. But the battery died, and everyone looked to Temba for help. He ran home through the rain, grabbed the battery he had saved, and returned drenched. The radio came back to life, and the crowd cheered. Temba was a hero. On the way home, still laughing in the rain, Temba saw something unusual. His sister talking to the physics teacher in secret. In a small village where every little thing mattered, this was big. But Temba had learned that even in a world full of hardship, small ideas, like spinning a fan, could spark powerful change.